Victor Hugo once wrote, "Nothing is more powerful than an idea whose time has come." Today, we are stepping into the mind of one of France's greatest writers, a visionary who believed deeply in humanity's ability to transform itself from within. Hugo didn't just write poetry and novels, he wrote revolutions. He turned his personal suffering, political exile, and spiritual questions into timeless teachings about courage, justice, and the human soul. Through his words, we discover a path inward, toward resilience, self-awareness, and the belief that every person carries a universe inside. This episode is an invitation to explore that universe. So who was Victor Hugo and what shaped his inner revolution? The early observer of life. Victor Hugo was born in 1802 in a country constantly shifting between monarchy and the revolution. His father was a general in Napoleon's army, a man of action. His mother was deeply Catholic and politically conservative, a woman of belief. Growing up between opposing worlds taught Hugo early on that the human experience is full of contradictions. The truth is not simple, it must be searched for. This search would later become the foundation of his writing, and he wrote that people do not lack strength, they lack the will. Let's find out a little bit about the birth of his literary voice. Hugo started writing as a teenager, convinced that art could change society, words could awaken conscience, literature could be a tool for justice. He declared his mission early: "I will be Chateaubriand or nothing," meaning I will leave a mark or I won't exist at all. At just 24 years old, he became a leading voice of the Romantic movement celebrating emotion, freedom, nature, imagination over cold logic and rigid rules. A major tragic event in his life had transformed Victor Hugo. In 1843, his daughter Leopoldine drowned tragically. He was devastated, silent for years. This heartbreak opened a new dimension in his writing, a deeper spirituality, themes of grief, afterlife, and healing, compassion for human suffering. He wrote once, "Those who live are those who fight." Instead of collapsing, he turned sorrow into service, using his creativity to speak for the neglected and oppressed. This was the start of his inner revolution. Hugo was forced into exile for 19 years after challenging dictatorship in France. He lost his homeland, his political power, his public voice, but he gained something far greater: time to awaken. During exile, he wrote Les Misérables, The Fight for Dignity and Redemption, The Hunchback of Notre Dame, which is the beauty of the marginalized, and political speeches defending human rights. He fought for abolition of the death penalty, equality and education, and freedom of speech. And in silence, he realized that the most powerful revolutions are born inside the human soul. He who opens a school door closes a prison. So what is Hugo's inner revolution? Hugo believed every human carries light and shadow. Characters like Jean Valjean show we are not defined by our past. Redemption is possible, and compassion transforms lives. His message was radical: change the heart, change the world. To love another person is to see the face of God. This is my favorite quote from Les Misérables. Love is not just an emotion, it is the energy of social transformation. So here is why I chose Victor Hugo today, because He represents the truth that a meaningful life is not a life free of suffering. It is a life that transforms suffering into purpose. Hugo didn't just survive his challenges, he alchemized them. He turned grief into empathy, exile into creativity, and injustice into action. His story shows us that the most powerful breakthroughs often rise from our darkest moments, and that the journey inward, facing our fears, questioning our beliefs, and choosing love even when it hurts, is what shapes who we become. Through Victor Hugo's life, we learn that self-discovery is not passive. It is a daily act of courage. It requires us to look honestly at our wounds and then decide to grow anyway. Hugo teaches us that to live fully by embracing transformation during hardship, knowing that pain can evolve us, practicing love and compassion as true forces of change in the world, recognizing that our existence holds a purpose even when life feels uncertain, refusing to let the past define our future because redemption is always possible, leading our own inner revolution so the world outside can improve as well. When we study Hugo, we are reminded that we always have a choice. We can become bitter or we become wiser. We can shut down or we can open our hearts wider. We can remain silent or we can rise and express our truth. So today I want you to ask yourself, what if the challenge you are facing right now is preparing you for who you must become? And what if every setback is secretly an invitation to heal and grow? And what if your life, just like Hugo's, has a purpose that is still unfolding? Victor Hugo's life shows us that to live fully is to keep hope alive, to trust that even the longest night eventually gives way to sunrise, and to remember that within us lies a strength that history has not yet seen. So what dream inside you is quietly calling for its time? Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe if you want to continue discovering the deeper layers of the human soul through great minds, poetry, philosophy, and psychology.